speaking of Dusty earlier, Ryan Teagle wants to know, should WWE let someone, example given Dusty Rhodes, Heyman, etc., run NXT like a wrestling promotion? I imagine like maybe what they had with the old OVWs, and do shows around the U.S. That way, if somebody from NXT debuts on WWE TV, at least more people will now know who they are, and maybe more people will care for them.
Well, it's just expensive to do that. I mean, it's like, who's going to come out to see these people? You need people to sell tickets. I mean, that's like saying let them, once again, I'm sorry to always equate this to baseball or something like that, but I try and keep it in a zone where people can kind of understand where we're coming from. It's like the Mets have prospects, and unless you're a big Mets fan, like I said, like our friend Cressman, he's a big baseball guy, he'll know. But we need hundreds and maybe a couple of thousand people to be in tune with what's going on in the minor leagues, to see some traveling team of possible future Mets superstars or Yankee superstars. And you got to get press coverage, and you got to be on TV, and people got to know who you. It's a different time now. You know what I mean? Yeah, can you go on YouTube and see clips of such and such or whatever? That's not enough. You still need mainstream media.
Right.
You need to be on a TV show, a talk show, something. That's why you do the press junket, even for a small bullshit movie. That's how people are going to go out and see it. The Internet is powerful, but not powerful enough to fill arenas. I think point taken with TNA attendance.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah,
Mitch?
no, absolutely. I mean, even just look at shows like SmackDown between Raw and SmackDown. I mean, obviously the attendance at Raw is a lot better.
Exactly. You can't just depend on the Internet. It's like we had a big thing the other day. I mean, even doing, I'm sure a lot of guys who are out there. Hold on one second.
Sure.
Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. I didn't know I want to sneeze into the phone.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I did. I had to mute you. But I was saying, we were talking about show attendance here in New York, and you got to pretty much pack the bill with name bands. I mean, it used to be big locals where you had one headliner, and then you had a big local, and you had an undercard of semi-decent locals who draw. Now you just got to pack the show. I mean, just it's not even like giving, forget money's worth. It's just to get people out. I mean, just to get people in the fucking door.
Right.
So it's a different time, but like I said, it's about exposure. It's about, that's what, it's funny when there's touring bands who talk about, what's the scene like, in New York or whatever, we're not really known there. I'm like, it's going to be like any place else where you're not known. You might play to the cleanup guy and the janitor. Right. Seriously, there might be you might be awesome a couple of states over, but if you're not getting props here, you're not getting any kind of play here, or you have no connections, it could be brutal. And it's a due-paying process all the time, but also you don't want to feed anybody bullshit about how it could probably be in a territory which they're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Just like in wrestling. Like I said, it's like you're an indie guy from Chicago. You light the world on fire in the Windy City. You come to New York, you really don't know anybody. You never really got a name mentioned on the Internet or whatever. There's a couple of clips here on YouTube. You have to. It's like anything else. You could play the crickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's there's nothing guaranteed. Or that's the one thing I can assure anybody of. There's nothing guaranteed in any business anymore when it comes to entertainment. You can get lucky, but the chances are more likely you won't.